Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the match on WWE 2K25. In this one, then, we've got the Headshrinkers representing WWF, the team of Samu and Fatu. We have got the Legion of Doom / the Road Warriors for WCW. That is Animal and Hawk. And then for ECW, we have got the Steiner Brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, former two-time SWE Tag Team Champions. Well, actually, Rick himself is a 3-time Tag Team Champion on Universe Mode. Of course, he also held the belt alongside his son, Bron Breakker, as well. A long time ago when we did the father and son tag team tournament. So Samu and Fatu, I think we have used them in the past, but not actually recently. We used them back in 2021 as a Samoan SWAT team. The Samoan SWAT team back when we did our original SWE Tag Team Championship tournament. It looks like they got to the second round. They won a match, then lost a match. But this is the first time we use them this year, now that we're on the actual game. Something I need to do more is utilise the people that are on the game more, I think, don't we, really? And, of course, accompanied to the ring by their manager, Afa. So, yeah, they're on 0 points after 2 matches. Just a nuance for this one. Fatu, of course, is Rikishi, and he is regarded the same as Rikishi on our ranking system. I know in some cases we do separate people out if they were completely different, but I don't think Rikishi is a separate character, if that makes sense. He was just an evolution of Fatu. It's not like Papa Shango in The Godfather, where it was a complete change played by the same person. It was just a development of the character to become Rikishi. We haven't used Rikishi much either. Rikishi's had 9 matches in the past, 7 of those in 2021, 1 in 2022, 1 in 2023, nothing in 24 or 25. This is the first time we've seen him in quite a long time. And of course that's Fatu on the left, Samu on the right. And today, yes, representing WWE, or WWF if you will. Currently, they are joint with WCW with 8 wins each, and ECW running away with it at the moment on 12 victories. Next up then, this is for WCW. We have got the Legion of Doom, Animal and Hawk. Very strong match, this one. 3 very, very good teams. Of course, the Samoan SWAT team / the Headshrinkers are currently on 0 in the ranking system. They'll be determined to move themselves up. But also, we have got the Road Warriors. Yeah, there we go. The Road Warriors representing WCW. They're on -4 after 13 matches. One of the top teams of all time. And they're really, really struggling. So something I need to work on potentially is helping develop them up to a higher level. But somebody who is at a much, much higher level already is the Steiner Brothers. My word, they are a strong team. They are currently 4th in the ranking system. On a +2 for the year. They were doing pretty well. They lost a couple of matches recently, but they were doing very, very well beforehand. They're +8 overall after 15 matches, so one of the top teams we actually have in this universe mode. This is their 5th match of the year. They've been quite a dominant force this year. When I say dominant force, I mean we've used them quite a lot is what I mean. And of course they were, like I said, 2-time former SWE Tag Team Champions. I don't think they've held them on this year's game yet. And it was Demolition who I think came into 2K25 holding the belts. Lost them then to the Lucha Brothers, then to the Hardy Boys, and of course now to the current Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys. But it's winning matches like this that gives you the ranking points you need to be up the top of the top of the marker, isn't it, really? I mean, we used the Steiner Brothers only last week as part of When Worlds Collide in the Tag Team Championship tournament because they were so high in the ranking system, and that's what happens. If you're high in the ranking system, you get more opportunities. Right then, we are going to get underway. This is triple threat elimination rules. We've done these a few times now. Basically, no disqualifications, no countouts. Pinfalls and submissions count anywhere. For a team to be fully eliminated, both members need to be pinned or submitted. So essentially, you could be the first person eliminated and still go on to win the match if your tag team partner is able to go the distance. In terms of ranking points, it will be 3 points for the winning team. So 1 point for the victory and 2 bonus points for defeating multiple opponents at once. The 2 losing teams will suffer a -1 each in the tag division. And in the singles division, of course, the 4 members of the 2 losing teams will suffer a -1, and the 2 winners will get themselves a +1 in the singles rankings. There we go. So you can see Afa is at ringside in a managerial role for the Headshrinkers, Samu and Fatu, who I appreciate with all the issues I've had over the last couple of weeks. I appreciate the fact that Samu and Fatu have got their names on their trunks just to make my life a bit easier. And then we also have Paul Ellering at ringside for The Road Warriors. And yeah, it's just something that we need to... Not we. It's something that I need to deal with, I think. Let me have a look at the cage match. I know I get a bit over-dependent on cage match sometimes, but I just wondered if I was to do like a tag team tournament at some point, could I... Does cage match offer me a way of looking at databases, tag teams? I can get the... Okay, so I can get a list of the best tag teams of all time according to cage match. So number 1 is the Holy Demon Army, the team of Akira Tao and Toshiaki Kawada. I think that's female. Number 3 is Kenta Kobashi and Mizawa. 4 is Ring Camp, the team of Timothy Thatcher and Walter. You've got... Who else is in there? Number 9, you've got Go Shiozaki and Katsuhiko Nakajima. I don't know who this is, but they've only got 14 votes. I'll probably ignore that. Fraxium is in 11th position. You can tell WWE have really dominated cage match recently. Fraxium being in 11th is crazy. You've got Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, the Golden Lovers. You've got a team called Strong BJ. Okay, Daisuke Sekimoto and Yuji Okabayashi. Motor City Machine Guns are up there. FTR. Christian Cage and Adam Copeland as Edge and Christian. Bret Hart and Jimmy Neidhart. Neidhart. This is what I want to see, more of the realistic ones. Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli as the Kings of Wrestling. Kenta and Marufuji, the Briscoe Brothers, the Lucha Brothers, the Midnight Express. DIY, Addiction, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, the Road Warriors. You've got Red Dragon up there as well. The Hardy Boys are up there. The Miracle Violence Connection, Steve Williams and Terry Gordy. We could do a pretty decent tag team tournament using this. You've got the British Bulldogs, Ace Austin and Chris Bay, Bandido and Flamita, Robbie Eagles and Will Ospreay, the team of Birds of Prey. Big Van Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow. What a brutal team that would be. Well, we could definitely use some of these then. I'm tempted by the idea of that. Maybe utilising some of the people from the top. Maybe I would ignore anyone who's got less than 100 votes, maybe. And just pick the top 32 teams. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Either way, Hawk now with the pin on one of the members. It was Samu. And I have put the poll up now, by the way, for who will be facing off against Rated RKO this weekend for the pay-per-view. So far, we've got 6 votes across all the polls. We've got 3 separate polls going, so if you've not already, make sure you voted on all of them. So we've got one for ECW, one for WCW, one for WWF. Currently, the Hardy Boys are leading the WWF poll. The Road Warriors are leading the WCW poll. And the Eliminators, the team of Perry Saturn and John Cronus, are leading the ECW poll. So the winner of those 3 polls will join Rated RKO in a 4-way elimination tag team match at this weekend's pay-per-view to fight for those YouTube Tag Team Championships. So it could be a very good week, essentially, for the Road Warriors at this point. If they were to pick up a win here and then do well in that 4-way elimination match at the weekend, they could end up walking away with a positive ranking points, as well as also holding some championships is possible. I'll say it's likely, but it's possible. Hawk now with the powerbomb. Rick Steiner now in with a running bulldog. And a running elbow at Animal as well. Fatu, there's a super kick taking down Scott Steiner. I know I say it every single time, but the fact this is Scott Steiner. I mean, if you could tell me, right, if this happened in like 2000s and you've got Rikishi and Scott Steiner there, I could not point either of those two out to you. I really couldn't. It's mad to think this is Rikishi and Scott Steiner, isn't it? But there you go. And it always does seem that whoever gets eliminated first, really, there's a very slim chance you're going to win it. It's possible, but the numbers advantage in these sort of matches is massive, especially in the triple threat. When it comes to Fatal 4-Way, The numbers advantage can sometimes be not too bad, but with this one, as soon as you lose a person, it can be very, very difficult to go the distance. Got a power slam there by Animal. Now there's the pin. It's broken up instantly. I don't know why Scott Steiner decided to break that one up, to be honest with you, but he did. And now there's the suplex. Nice backbreaker there as well. Scott Steiner now working over Animal. Another big suplex. So no eliminations as of yet. Clothesline there by Samu taking down Animal. Animal fighting back with a strong strike in the gut. And now looking to take Samu up. I mean, Fatu's nowhere to help him. Scott Steiner taking him on the outside. This could be the chance for Animal to get the first elimination after the pile driver. There is the free count. Samu has been eliminated, but it's not over yet. He could still win the match if Fatu can go the distance, but it does make things, like I said, very, very difficult to do. And the next elimination is vitally important here. I mean, if it's one of the Road Warriors or one of the Steiner Brothers that gets eliminated, this could be a massive, massive elimination. Oh, there's an elbow in the face there by Rick Steiner. There's Animal now sending Rick Steiner into the ring steps. Scott comes running round. There's a strikes into the face, boot in the gut, and then a power slam. Remember, it is falls count anywhere, and Scott going for the pin on the outside on Hawk, but it was right in front of Animal, who breaks it up. There's the Frankensteiner on the outside. And you see, it's interesting here. Both the Steiners and the Road Warriors are sort of ignoring Fatu at this point. They know that the big issue here is going after each other, because they know if one of the two of them can get eliminated, then again, Scott Steiner with a Steiner screwdriver on Fatu, and that could be the Headshrinkers gone. I know if I got Steiner screwdriver, I'd be buggered, but no, he survives. Running Bulldog by the dog-faced gremlin. In the nicest way possible, you know. There's the pin. Nope, not enough. And look at Fatu now getting the elbows in the face by Hawk. Slamming head first into the mat. Hawk now clubbing blow into the back, and you see someone's taken two of the turnbuckle pads. I didn't even notice, to be honest with you. We're missing two of the top turnbuckle pads. And look at Rick Steiner there stacking up Hawk. Referee was very slow to get there, which allowed Hawk to turn it around. It's only a 2 count. Who would have thought, right, in the list of greatest tag teams of all time on Cage Match, number 99 is John Morrison and The Miz. Just higher than I expect them to be honest. Chris Brooks and Kid Lycos. I mean, I think there's a way of doing it. List of tag teams, there we go. I can change it so minimum amount of votes is 50. There we go, that changes it slightly. That way it stays a bit more clear then. Because there's a few people on there that have got there based on just a few votes here and there. The Rockers might have done it in Shawn Michaels, that's a good one we haven't used in a while. The Grizzled Young Vets have got a higher score than the Rockers though. The team of Kane and Bryan Danielson have got more points, I must admit. Yeah, obviously some of the what out there, I think, in my opinion, but there we go. So that clubbing blow, there's the pin attempt. It's still not enough. It's only a 2 count. As Animal flattens Scott Steiner with that stiff screwdriver. There's the pin, but I think Rick is going to get up. And he's going to get across in time to break it up. We could do a tournament, right, where we did the... we could do a tournament where we do each generation. Does that make sense? Like the top 10 or the top 8 tag teams from the 70s, the top 8 tag teams from the 80s, the top 8 tag teams from the 90s, the top from the 2000s, the top from the 210s, and the top from the 2020s. And then the winners of those can go on to face off against each other, I suppose, in a round robin, maybe? I don't know. Oh my God, he's gone. Scott Steiner's gone. This could be the Road Warriors' big chance. Like I said, they've been struggling in the ranking system for quite some time, but they have the numbers advantage now. They're on -4 at the moment. Remember, this is worth 3 points to the victor. This could be the big turnaround the Legion of Doom really needed. But I said the numbers advantage are in their favour now. Essentially, it's 2-on-2, but really it's 2-on-1-on-1. So, really, yeah, this is big. And I mean, if they can get the next elimination, they're almost guaranteed it. But if Rick Steiner could eliminate Animal here, which is a possibility, down come the straps. There's the pin. The referee is going to be very, very slow to get there, though. As always. Pin now. I mean, this could be, if they turn this around, this is huge. There's the Bulldog now into the pin by Animal. Or an Animal, should I say. Oh my God, it's gone. Okay. Numbers advantage is completely gone. We're down to a standard triple threat now. It's Hawk, Rick Steiner, and Fatu. The last man standing out of these three will secure the victory for their team. What a huge turnaround that was. It was all in the hands for the Road Warriors there for a split second. And I mean, Fatu, he's been on his own for ages. Samu was the first one eliminated. He's been on his own for quite some time. He was a sitting duck, but now all of a sudden he's got an opportunity. So if the Road Warriors lose from here, I was just bigging them up and talking about how great the big opportunity was they had to win, and they've messed it up, haven't they? Fatu now looking for the overhand strike. Hawk fought back. Rick Steiner has him. Fatu fighting back. Hawk now with a strike into the back. Fatu sending Hawk into the corner. Rick Steiner taking him up. In with the Manhattan drop. And look at Hawk just running straight through Rick Steiner. Absolutely flattened him. And a strong clothesline as well. Oh, and Rick Steiner survives just about. Hawk sent into the corner now by Fatu. And Fatu's now in firm control of this one as look at Rick Steiner with a big splash in the corner. And now look at Rick wrenching back with the camel clutch. But Hawk is able to break free. Look at the headbutt into the spine there by Fatu. Rick Steiner now has the kendo stick. Snapped it across the head of Fatu, who completely didn't even feel it. Wow. Fatu, there's the stiff clothesline flattening Rick Steiner. There's the steel chair as well. And look at Fatu now having a discussion on the outside with Paul Ellering. Of course, Paul Ellering is the manager of the Road Warriors. And look at Rick Steiner now up and then, dropped in a backdrop. I think Rick actually may have landed his head there onto the steel chair as Fatu launches Hawk's face into the steel chair. And there's the pin now by Fatu on Hawk. Oh, Road Warriors have almost completely screwed this, haven't they? Rick Steiner now with Fatu up on the shoulders. In with that running Death Valley driver. There's the pin. And that should be the end of the Headshrinkers in this one. It's not. It's only a 2. Fatu showing incredible ability here. Yeah, Rikishi's not someone we booked for this entire week, you know. Maybe we should have done. Does he fit anywhere else? Not really. We've got some more matches coming up, but Rikishi doesn't really fit into any of them, which is a bit of a shame. No. I mean, I don't think Rikishi can work against Crowbar and Sabu, can he? No. Rikishi versus China? No. It is what it is. Rikishi didn't fit the mold. We could have done it. I mean, there's a possibility I could add a match. I don't really want to add a match, but I could do, you know. ECW roster. There's got to be like a bloodline person who worked for the ECW roster, surely. Is Abdullah the Butcher? Could Abdullah the Butcher work? Abdullah the Butcher could work. What I'm thinking is Rikishi versus Haku versus Abdullah the Butcher. What's the thoughts on that? I'm just scanning through the roster now if there's anyone else that would work. I mean, you got Jimmy Snooker, who worked for ECW, but... Hang on a minute, is that Rosie? Oh my god, Rosie worked. That's interesting, okay. So Rosie worked for ECW before joining WWE. Oh. As in Rosie and Jamal from 3 Minute Warning. Yeah, okay. He teamed alongside Samu. Okay, we could do that. I'm going to have to run that past PJ Toby first, but as much as I don't really want to keep adding extra matches, it's sort of happening, isn't it, really? Because that's a pretty decent one, I think. Rikishi versus Haku versus Rosie. I mean, outside of that, you've got, like I said, you've got Abdullah the Butcher, who works for ECW. Who else have you got? Anyone else that would work? I mean, scrolling through, I can't think of anyone else that would really suit it. I don't think. Is Sam Fatu? Interesting indeed, you know. I feel like this is a different list that I looked at before. This has got some interesting different people on it. Terry Taylor? I like that though. I do like that idea. As Hawk now with a pin. Oh, still, I can't believe these 3 guys are still going, to be honest with you. Mad Daddy Kane, yeah. Interesting. Although I don't know if I'm going to bother you. I might not use Rosie. I might go with Abdullah the Butcher. I'm not sure yet. I mean, Rosie would make more sense because he's the same like lineage, isn't the same bloodline. So I just had an email from work. I don't know why I've been emailed into it because it's not my department, so I'm interested. Am I supposed to be in there? I don't think I'm supposed to. No idea. It's fine, let's just ignore it. Pin now then by Rick Steiner. And that is now Fatu gone. So we're down to the final two. So the Headshrinkers are definitely out. They have definitely lost this one, which is going to put them down to a -1 overall after 3 matches. But again, because they're on the game, we'll have to try and utilise them more. I mean, what sort of era were they wrestling? I want to say like mid-90s. Headshrinkers. WWF, there we go. The Samoan SWAT team / the Headshrinkers, they were 87 to 92 as the Samoan SWAT team and 92 to 95 as the Headshrinkers. Rick Steiner's got it. The Steiner Brothers are just so frickin' unbeatable on this bloody game, aren't they? Rick frickin' Steiner has done it again. I can't hold these guys back. I'm trying to, like, wear them down a little bit, but I just can't. Steiner's just incredible. Right, Animal and Hawk then drop down to a -5 overall, and the fact they're now winning the race to become to represent WCW in the match of the weekend is probably a little bit of a piss take to the Steiners, isn't it, really? But there you go. Steiner Brothers then with that win, like I said, that was worth 3 points, which now puts them on +11, which means we now have a 3-way tie at the top of the ranking system. It's currently Batista and Randy Orton on +11. The Dudley Boys, the current tag team champions, on +11. And the Steiner Brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, on +11. So really bloody strong indeed. Let's have a look at the singles rankings then, because the Steiner Brothers are already pretty damn strong, and they're going to get even stronger today. So Rick Steiner with that point then moves up to a +12. Scott Steiner at that point moves up to a +10. Animal, not Georgie Animal Steel, but Animal there. He moves down to, of course, a -5, as does Hawk, move down to a -5 as well. And then the Headshrinkers, Fatu, otherwise known as Rikishi, moves down to a -3 after 10 matches. And Samu moves down to a -1 after 3 matches. So great win there by the Steiner Brothers. Like I said, they maybe should have been involved in the poll, but they weren't. But hey-ho, shit happens, doesn't it, right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The poll's looking interesting now. 9 people have voted on them now, so the Hardy Boys are winning the WF poll quite convincingly. The Road Warriors have got 56% of the votes in WCW, but totally buffed the team of Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell, as well as Natural Born Thrillers. Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo got 2 votes each. And then into the ECW poll, the Eliminators are currently leading with 56% of the votes. But again, the FBI and the Pitbulls have both got 2 votes each as well. So they're both on 22%. Okay. Right, I love you. Leave you good night. God bless everybody. Say we've got more matches coming up for you today. Next up then is The Rock versus DDP versus Tommy Dreamer in the Battle of the People's Champions. And then our final match of the day, which should be today. I'm struggling a bit for time, but Rey Mysterio, Conan, and Super Crazy